About 26 years ago, in 1998, a very strange news appeared in Iranian newspapers. This news shocked many people at that time. It was about a small cabin restaurant located in the middle of a road. It was an old, scary, and dirty place where some not-so-clean people cooked and sold food. After a while, strange news about this restaurant spread all over Iran. The first victim of this case is unknown. There is no name or picture of him, but according to information found on the internet, this person was 19 years old. In winter 1997, the police received a report from the family of this young man. They said that their son had run away from home and had not returned for a long time. The police found out that the family lived in Chalus, a city in north of Iran. They went there and searched a lot, but they found no trace of the 19-year-old boy. Days and weeks passed, and then the police received a new report. This time, it was about a man and his wife who had disappeared. One winter night, a young couple was driving in Chalus. They wanted to have a fun trip and had planned to rent a cabin in the forest and stay there for a night. While they were driving, they saw a man standing by the road, holding a sign that said Forest Villa. They stopped and talked to him. The man told them that he knew a very good cabin in the forest. They trusted him, let him in the car, and drove to a small side road. After a few kilometers, they reached a beautiful wooden cabin surrounded by trees. They locked it and rented it for one night. Everything was going well until the wife got hungry. They decided to find a restaurant to eat something. Because the entrance road to their cabin was bad and difficult to drive on, they left their car and started walking. It was snowing heavily, and after walking for a few kilometers, they saw a wooden cabin with a man cooking foods outside on the fire. They were very happy to find food. It was a small roadside restaurant. It had no name and looked bad. But because they were so hungry, they had no choice. They held hands and entered the restaurant. And as soon as they went inside, they wanted to leave, but they were too hungry, so they sat at the table and waited for the waiter. When the waiter came, they ordered 2 plates of kebabs. It was an Iranian food. Suddenly, the woman smelled something bad. She asked where the bad smell was coming from. The 3 workers at the restaurant looked at her strangely. At that moment, 2 of the workers went outside through the back door. The waiter got very close to the woman and stared at her without saying anything. There was a long, scary silence. Then the waiter finally spoke and said, "The bad smell is because of rotten meat. We will throw it away." Minutes passed, but no food was served. The bad atmosphere, the silence, and the location made the couple very uncomfortable. Then, the husband lost his patience. He stood up and went to the back door to see why their food was taking so long. After 5 minutes, the wife noticed that her husband had not returned. After 10 minutes, she started to feel very bad. She called his name, but there was no answer. At that moment, one of the restaurant workers came from behind and killed her. Then, the restaurant workers cut her and her husband's bodies into pieces, just like they had done to other victims. At the same time, the police received another report. It was a phone call from the owner of the forest cabin, the same man who had rented it to the couple. He told the police that the couple must return the key to the cabin, but the police replied, "The couple is not in the cabin anymore." The police started investigating, but could not find the couple. However, they found the couple's car near the cabin, so they searched the area carefully. Still, they found nothing. Weeks passed. People continued to eat at the cabin restaurant, but many complained about the bad taste of the foods like kebabs. Some said that the meat had a strange texture and felt disgusting when they chewed it. At first, they thought the restaurant just had a bad cook, so they ignored it. One day, a group of campers was walking in the forest near the restaurant. They saw big animal traps set all around the area. When they followed the traps, they reached the restaurant. Although hunting with traps was illegal, they did not report it. But a few days later, the police received a new report. This time, it was about a mother and her daughter who had disappeared near the same area. Now, the police realized that all the missing people had disappeared in the same part of the road. The police took dogs and searched the area for days. Then, someone from the local area told the police about the animal traps. The police went into the forest, found the traps, and also found a piece of the little girl's clothing. Then, they saw the cabin restaurant. When the police entered, the workers were shocked but tried to act normal. The police released the dogs to search for clues. The dogs ran straight to the fridge and barked loudly. When the police opened the fridge, they found something terrifying. There was large pieces of rotten milk hanging inside. The police shut down the restaurant immediately. They sent the meat to lab for testing. The result was terrifying. It was not animal meat. It was human meat, cut in a way that people wouldn't realize. The restaurant had a lot of spices to cover the bad taste, but it was not enough. The police realized that all the missing people had been cut into pieces and stored in the fridge. In December 1998, the 3 workers running the restaurant were sentenced to death. The cabin restaurant was destroyed by police order. This disgusting story happened 26 years ago in Iran.